Editing J, we back. So for some reason, this footage I have pre-edited on a phone app or whatever. For some reason, when I try to put the formatting to 16:9, it's giving this weird like blurry stuff on the side, and that didn't happen with my other vlogs. So I don't know why it's doing this. So I apologize in advance, but I'm not about to re-edit and clip and stuff. I mean, I have all the video footage of it, but I'm not doing it. So enjoy. This sunlight though. Hair is a mess. I just woke up. I feel brand new. If you watched my last vlog, you know that I am in Nashville and it was a mess last night. The sheets were dirty. The van driver was whatever. We're here now. It's a new day. It is a beautiful morning. I'm going to show you guys. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is 7:20 a.m. This hotel has free breakfast, so we in that bitch. I'm trying to see what the hoopla is about. So I just brushed my teeth, wash my face. I'm going to throw on a shirt or something, because can't be going out there with the goodies like that. And yeah, I don't know the temperature or anything, so I don't know if I want to go outside. So let me talk to y'all real quick, get back in bed. Breakfast starts at 7, so I want to give them a little bit of time to set up, but I definitely don't want to be one of the last ones there, so I'm gonna go right after this. I did say I was going to talk about my trip. So, clown behavior. I picked up a trip on my days off. Is this a cute angle? I don't know. Let me see. Talk to y'all in the beat. So, my company has been offering incentive pay almost every weekend, right? So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Let me go ahead and pick up and see. What's been happening is they'll run the system like Friday at 9 a.m. for Saturday trips, but they'll send the incentive pay email like Friday afternoon, Friday night. So I was looking at the numbers, everything's in the negatives, like the operations in shambles, okay? And I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and pick up a high time trip, because depending on the number of days, that's the number of extra hours you get. So I think for one day, it's a four extra hours for like a turn, like LaGuardia, Atlanta back to New York. That's, what's that, like a 5 hour credit, but then you get an extra 4 hours. And then for a 2-day trip, I think it's 8 hours. And then for 3-day, it's 12. Okay, that's that. So I found this trip. Y'all, I think I'm crazy. 21-hour 3-day. But let me explain. The first day, and I'm thinking, okay, they're probably going to do incentive pay, so I'll get an extra 12 hours, and then I won't have to pick up an extra trip during the pay period, because that'll be, sufficient. Ciao. Now, I'm over here looking like a clown, because they didn't even offer an incentive pay. But the trip is still 21 hours, so it's kind of like a win-win anyway. So the trip is a deadhead from New York to Atlanta. I think it's actually an Atlanta-based trip, because they got me deadheading on both ends. And it, right before the deadheads, it both start in Atlanta. So y'all ain't fooling nobody. So deadhead from New York to Atlanta. And then, oh God, I can't even remember. Atlanta to Baltimore. Baltimore back to Atlanta. And then Atlanta, Nashville. Now that sounds like a lot, but the Atlanta-Baltimore flight was an hour and 23 minutes both ways. So it wasn't too bad. And then Atlanta, Nashville was 37 minutes. So, and we had a little bit of a sit, just enough for us to eat and board again. So it wasn't that bad, but I was extremely tired. Like, even though I didn't work the first flight to Atlanta from New York, my body felt it. You know, that's 4 flights in a day. I was exhausted. Okay. And then we have a 17-hour layover here in Nashville. Then we do Nashville to LA tonight. We leave at 5 p.m. That's why I'm up early, because I want to eat. I want to go to the gym. And I'm taking a nap for the rest of the day because I got to work the night. So we go Nashville, LA, which is blocked, I think, at like 4:40. So flight time is probably going to be like 4:20 something. Unless it's like really bad headwinds, which, please, we don't have the time. The sucky part, good news and bad news, once we get to LA, it's going to be a 3-hour sit. So I kind of see it as a good thing, because I can probably find somewhere to rest, especially if the other plane is there, which I got to look that up. Okay, girl, okay. I understand. You tired. Hopefully the plane that we're taking back to Atlanta is there, so then I can just take a nap on the plane, because I don't know if y'all been to LA lately, but that terminal is a hot mess. And then they shut down the exit area because they've they've upgraded the other terminal. So I haven't even tried to go down to the lounge, which is outside of security, but it's just too much. So yeah, and then we do LA back to Atlanta on a red eye. And I told myself I would never do red eyes again. I did. However, my trip, so I'm working with an Atlanta crew. So my trip, they have me laying over in Atlanta. So we land like 5:30 in the morning. Stay with me. We land at 5:30 in the morning. And then they go home. They're done. And then I'm supposed to lay over for like 12 and a half hours and then leave that night at 9 p.m. But I'm not trying to do all that. So once we land, right now we're landing at 5:30. So hopefully that, I'm trying to talk and you just keep telling me that I'm tired. I get it. So we land at 5:30 for now on the schedule. So hopefully we land earlier. There's a 6 a.m. flight back to New York. And I really need to get on that. I'm not trying to stay in Atlanta for 12 hours and then go home super late. Like, it's just not my gig. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to call and see if they can deviate me back to New York on an earlier flight. Technically, they couldn't put me on that earlier flight as part of the schedule because it would go past my duty day, because I've worked all night from 5 p.m. or whenever pickup is, so 3:40 up until 5 a.m. Like, come on. No. So, but you can always call and ask. You can always call and ask if you can deviate from your deadhead. And then see if they'll do it. It kind of depends on how busy they are, but I'm not on A days, and there shouldn't be a problem with me deviating is what I'm getting at here. I have to go get this breakfast. I will take y'all with me because I know y'all tired of seeing hotel rooms. But let me tell you something. I'm not going outside. This right here and that pollen out there, we're not agreeing right now. We beefing right now. So stay inside as long as I can, because I'm done. I'm finished. I'm sick of it. My COVID test was negative, which is good. I'm still waiting on the PCR test. The rapid antigen test was negative. So fingers crossed. My snot still clear. Ooh. Not that y'all asked, but giving y'all updates. And yeah. Oh, if you're going to offer complimentary popcorn, why is it burnt? No, we didn't ask for this popcorn. Y'all are giving it away for free in the lobby. So as the guy was here changing my sheets last night to dirtier sheets, little did I know, I'm eating the popcorn and I'm like, so van driver is poo-poo. The sheets are dirty twice. And the popcorn is burnt. You know, I've had enough. I got in that shower. I was like, I'm done. Like I'm over it. Shower felt really good though. Oh, makeup on the face towels. I said, Lord, please. Thankfully, I keep a washcloth from home in my bag. So I'm just going to use that for the rest of the trip. Y'all don't understand how done I was last night. I was like, I am livid. I couldn't even edit the video. By the time I got in the bed, I didn't even have the patience to try to upload and switch things around. And y'all know how I have to do all that. I was like, I am not in the mood. But I woke up this morning feeling, okay, all right, that's enough. I woke up this morning feeling great. This is a king size bed, even though I had to sleep under 2 sheets. I put the room to 73, so I didn't sweat, but I wasn't cold like how I usually like it, y'all. Gonna wash this hair when I get ready for work today. I promise I will show y'all how I get ready. Yeah, my skin is skinning a little bit. I don't know. So let's go see what this breakfast looks like. And it better not be disappointing. This is Nashville. Okay guys, so we headed downstairs and they have scrambled eggs, they have oatmeal, they have waffles, they have potatoes, they have sausage gravy. What else? Some fruit. Never seen this before, but it's a non-dairy creamer. I was gonna bring my almond milk creamer that I have, but we'll see how it, not non-dairy contains milk. Anyways, yeah. I'm going to eat. I'm going to video chat my mom and little sister because they're already up in the group chat being themselves. So I want to see what they're doing because I'm nosy. So I'm back from breakfast or whatever. It was good. It was really good, actually. Key with my mom and my little sister. Well, my little sister went back to sleep. Literally was in the Google Duo because they have Android. So she was in the Google Duo, but she paused her video and went back to sleep. I'm like, girl, just hang up. Just hang up. So anyway, Kiki with my mom during breakfast. And then came back up here, Kiki'd some more. And then I needed to sit for a little bit before I go to the gym. So I know it looks like I'm not going nowhere, but I'm going to the gym. Got to stretch. Editing some footage, going over some footage, trying to see where, because there's no like clean cut spot where I stopped the last vlog and started this new one. Honestly, it's just gonna have to be like that because I'm not really good with the intro outro. Hey y'all, bye y'all. Like, Lord, I'm gonna work all night. It's fine. I'll be fine. Because honestly, I'm used to red eyes that are from one side of the country to the other. So this is not gonna be too bad. Like from LA to Atlanta, that's not as bad. It cuts down like almost 2 hours from the normal. Girl, what? I was wondering why it felt weird. I was like, girl, get in there. All right, y'all, we are ready to go. I keep having to wear my Chucks because this is odd, hold on. I keep having to wear my Chucks because I went and planted trees as like a volunteer event in my Nike, what are they called, child? Prestos, in my Prestos, and they are done. They're like muddy, and I just keep forgetting to toss them in the, did I almost say refrigerator? Child, in the washing machine, but I have to put them in there by themselves, so I'll do it one day, but chucks are a good backup. So, about to go work out. I actually downloaded my workout playlist on my iPad, and she's charged. So I will be able to set up my phone and then still have my music playing from my iPad and my headphones.
Your boy got the full body do-rag out.
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear. I got diamonds doing sissy slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might miss the fight. Fuck a night, I keep the koala in my shorty bag. You know she wanna mine when she tattoo that ass. I'm a lover boy, she love the toys. Keep it coming, you a rider. It's that roll myself a day and count my figure shit. It's that stepping out, I feel like I'm that nigga shit. I drop 30 on this room, we ain't gon' sleep for shit. If I catch you knocking off, then it's gon' be some shit. Well, you can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spin what you wanna, be who you wanna be. We don't stutter till I die. You can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spin what you wanna, be who you wanna be. We don't stutter till I die. Fuck it, I just run it up before I go. Would you tell the world my secrets if I let you close? Yeah, my baby, sending action. These days no Kumaye, niggas be past tense. Living in the middle, this shit might drive you mad. Ain't it pretty mixed up, but this life shit ain't all bad. Bloody, bloody murder, there ain't no second chances. Just do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spin what you wanna, be who you wanna be. And I'm stunned.
Okay, I'm done. It is 11:56. I went over my time a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna go shower. And then, time's too much. Dojo's over it. I'm gonna go shower and take a nap. And then I will see y'all when I wake up. Okay. It is approximately 3:19. I do not have a lot of time, but we can make something shake. I really like that hair conditioner, by the way. It smells so good, like so good. So I only used one because I did like a quick condition. I didn't leave it in or anything because I really don't have time. But check out the waves, they're coming back. They back and they might be here to stay this time. So yeah, I just comb it out. I got my alarm set for 3:30 because I gotta go. But yeah, comb it out because once I get home, I gotta take it out the bun. And once I take it out the bun, like I like it to be combed out. Because I'm gonna redo it anyway. Okay, so what I do is, I got this container from Ulta, but I don't use this Echo, whatever. I use the green one with olive oil. Set y'all up over here. Okay. So I take this. I like when my hair is wet, take like that much. Then I put it in the front and the top and the back be, because I put my head on the jump seat because my hair be all over the place. Do that. Then I smooth it out with a brush. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I do it anyway, especially in a time crunch. That's probably why my hairs be sticking up, because they're broken off. Anyway. And watch, when I get home 12 hours from now, my hair's still gonna be wet. It's ridiculous. Okay. So I slick it back like that. I always use these and double them. So much easier. And they stay secured. right. Try to wring out the rest so it's not making my collar wet. Okay, so now what I do is, it's what I've learned to do. Put some Eco Gel like this on the very edge. Not a lot though, because it'll make your hair white when you mix it with the edge control. And brush it in first, okay? Brush it in first. Then, it's my all-star. Not me breaking shit. This is my all-star right here. This, it's pineapple. They got different flavors. Go get you some at your nearest beauty supply store. I don't know about Sally. Sally be bougie, so. But go to the beauty supply store. Get you some. Pineapple is my favorite. I've tried other flavors. I don't like them. And then I take this from Cantu. This is the only one that I like. I've tried other ones. I tried 2 Push. No. And then it's whatever I'm feeling for the day. I think I'm feeling 3. I don't know if they can handle more than 3. I don't think that they can. I'm gonna give them 3. Pull it down and swipe it back. And the comb really gets all that, you see that? The comb gets the extra gunk. So it's not caked up right there, because I can't stand that. It looks nasty. So yeah, that's it. And when I have time, I will wrap it with the edge wrap that I have. But I don't have time, so it's just gonna look how it's gonna look. Ooh. Yeah, there's not much to it but to do it, you know? And right out. This one has a little bit. Ooh. And then if I need to, I go through with the brush just to get the extra gunk out if I see any. Okay? That's it. Make sure they stay in. And then I put my hair into, and I twist, because it's already detangled, so when I take it out, it's actually really pretty when it dries. And then I take this one and wrap the other wrap in it. And I take this, the second one, and that's it. That's all. I gotta go. I gotta finish. Hi guys. So I'm in Atlanta. I landed like 5:30 this morning. I really wanted to try to get on the 6. Well, I'm getting back under these covers, but I tried to get on the 6 a.m. flight back to New York instead of having to sit here for 12 hours. And going on the 7 p.m. flight tonight, but they are not accepting any deviations from deadhead, which means I'm supposed to deadhead Atlanta, LaGuardia tonight. But sometimes you have the option where you can you can either stay in the city or you can get deviated back to base on an earlier flight or deviated to your home airport. But I really wanted to get back to New York earlier, and I just knew that staying here and even getting the sleep, like I would still be tired, which I am. I'm exhausted. So I really just wanted to, since I was already up, just get on the flight and go. But all deviations are blocked for the entire day. I called, I was on hold for like 40 minutes this morning. And so they finally answered and like, oh, all the deviations are blocked. Try again later. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the hotel. Got here around like 6:30. 6:30. I can't really remember, honestly. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up like 12, 1 o'clock and see. Child, nobody ever answered the phone. I was like, well, at this point, I might as well just wait for the damn deadhead because y'all not answering. I'm missing flights as y'all are not answering. Like, and I still have to catch the shuttle to get back to the airport. And honestly, I was going to go to the airport earlier to see, like, if they would ever approve it. But I looked on our little portal thing, and it said that the deviations are still blocked. So, I don't know. I'm salty because it's like, if the deviations are blocked, if all the numbers are in the negatives, like, why didn't y'all offer IPY for this weekend? Y'all not letting anybody deviate. You know what I'm saying? The pilots are on green slips. Their operation is in shambles. And it's kind of just like y'all operating in irregular operations, but you're not paying people properly. Like, that's... I'm still salty because I picked up a trip and they didn't offer IPY. So that's just me. Allow me to be in my salt. I woke up in shambles, of course. Like I knew I would after a red eye. And honestly, red eyes hit different when you've worked a long flight before. So we worked Nashville. I'm pretty sure I said this already, but I'm going to say it again because I don't care. We worked Nashville to LA. We sat for 3 hours. And then we worked LA to Atlanta. Like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And like when I got up, this is how I know I'm tired. I know I'm tired when I wake up and I don't know where I'm at. Like, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, where the fuck am I? Like, where am I? And I have to look outside. I always look at the window. Like, that's probably why I sleep near the window too. I always look near the window for confirmation. Like, I still didn't know. And so I sat up and I was like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. Why am I still here? Today is the 2nd. Yeah. Oh, Megan Thee Stallion Day. You got your own day in Taurus season. Taurus season. Y'all want to see this view? Like, middle of nowhere. It's giving wilderness. It's giving... So, anywho. Girl, what is this? I took my hair out and just let it do its thing. So, this is what we got. But yeah, I'm gonna go grab this food. And I guess I will pick y'all back up when I get home. I don't know, because I don't really have anything planned. And I still can't edit my videos. So, there's that. I've been trying to do that all day since I got up. So anyway, yeah. I will end this little rant off here, and then we'll see where we go from here. Hey, guys. So, I'm back in New York, and there's a mess on my kitchen table, so I'm just gonna talk with my bear. Hi, I'm back in New York. Oh my God, I got so much to talk about. Just got off the phone with my doctor. I had some lab results we had to go over. Apparently, I'm deficient in vitamin D. And you know what the sad part is? The vitamins have been sitting on my dresser. I just forget to take them. But they're sitting right here, and she's like, you need to take 5,000 IU. I'm like, girl. My problem is, I don't take them. It's not that I don't have them. So, I will have to get better at making sure I take my vitamins. But yeah, everything else was normal. Let me tell y'all about last night. I don't know what is going on in the air, but like people have just been acting so crazy. So I left the hotel. I got to the airport and I was like, yo, let me get some food. And I had plenty of time, right? So I get my food. I get to the gate. I sit down. As soon as I sit down, open my food and eat just a little something, the boarding starts. And I'm like, ugh. So I board with, like, right after first class. Whatever. I go to scan my badge. And on my app and on my, like, employee portal, it says I have seat 31A. So I go to scan my badge, and the machine's like, beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, That's never happened before, especially because I'm deadheading. So technically, like, I'm on the clock. I'm working. If something happens and I have to work the flight, I'm expected to work the flight. I'm not on standby, none of that. It's on my schedule, right? There is a fly in here. So if you see me jump up and go kill it, don't judge me, because I hate that buzzing sound. It drives me nuts. But I left my window open for free AC. So that's my fault. Anyway, so he's like, first of all, I'm in full uniform, okay? He's like, what are you, on standby or something? I said, no, I'm deadheading, which means I must be on this flight. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to be on the flight. Unless scheduling calls and says, we're going to bump you to this one, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that, they're expecting me to be on that flight. I am accounted for. The reservation is already there. Sometimes all the time there's a seat. There's a seat number and everything. When you make when you add your name to the reservation, it's already set up because it's plotted into your schedule. Okay. So he's like, just stand over there. Go sit down. I'll give you a seat. I said, I thought I already had a seat. 31A. No, you don't have a seat at all. Mind you, the flight's oversold. So I was like, okay. I wasn't mad because I was like, let me go finish my food because I'd rather eat at the gate than to eat on the plane. So he's boarding. I'm like, okay, my bags have to get on. So I text the working crew and the little app that we have, and I'm like, hey, just a heads up. The gate agent saying I don't have a seat. I'm deadheading. I'm like, hey, I'm your deadheader. I don't know what's going on. He's boarded the whole plane and he's checking bags. And so I'm like, is there space for my suitcase? Because I'm not checking my suitcase. We're not doing this. Like, and I'm in full uniform. No. So they're like, yeah, we'll save you a space, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, great. So I don't know what's going on. Because first of all, his demeanor and his attitude, trash to the passengers and to me. And I was like, you know what, but it's Atlanta, so what do I expect, and no shade to the Atlanta girls and guys, but y'all know y'all got some people that are just, why are you here? Like, why are you here if you don't like your job, if you don't like yourself? Why? Please go find another job where you don't have to be in the customer's face all the time and you don't have to talk to people. Let me stop. Let me not go down that road. So he ends boarding. So I walk up to the gate because he hasn't called my name, none of that. So I walk up and he verified my name. So I walk up there, completely ignoring me. I'm like, so I will get the captain up here and he will find a seat for me. Don't play with me. And if the queue for our crew operations wasn't so long, and at last, I've been sitting on the phone with him for like almost an hour every time I try to call them. I would have called him up. This man talking about I don't have a seat. So can y'all figure it out? Thank you. Because what is he doing? I don't think he knew what he was doing, or maybe he just didn't care. So he actually closes the flight. I'm still standing there. So he made the announcement, flight is closed, blah, 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 blah. Early. I think it was like 7:03. The flight was at 7:23. He closes the flight. So after he made that announcement, I said, excuse me, you can't close the flight. I'm deadheading. You need to fix that. Whatever happened. First of all, there shouldn't have been if anything, you can change my seat. You can switch it around. But he's like, oh, I dropped all the seats. Why would you drop my seat? I said, okay. So then before he could answer me, there's people running up trying to board. He's like, no, flight's closed. Can't get on. And they're like, excuse me? He got cussed out by three different people. And then there was this lady that came up. I don't know what he was doing with the seats, bro. He was doing something weird because this lady came up. She went down there. She went down to the plane. And during this time, I was waiting for him to call me. She came back up And she looked a little bit frantic. And he's like, ma'am, where are you going? You're supposed to be on the aircraft. Are you leaving? Are you taking a different flight? And she was like, no, I paid for 16C and you guys put me in 16B. And she was like, I have my receipt here. Like, you could tell she was a little frantic, but she wasn't rude or anything. She was like, I have my receipt here. I specifically paid for this seat on purpose. You know, I paid extra for this seat, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, the flight is full, so you're just going to have to take 16B. She was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I paid for the seat. The seat is mine. This is my boarding pass. It says 16C, and somebody's sitting there, and they have 16C, which that means it's a seat dupe. So honestly, if I was on the plane, whoever paid for the seat, whoever paid extra for the seat is getting the seat, and the gate agent gonna have to figure it out. But then again, I would just call the gate agent because that's not my issue. He completely ignores her. And so she's like, what the heck? 2 other people come up and they're like, yo, why did you close the flight? It's not even time to close the flight. And by this time it was 15 minutes before departure. And he's like, flight's closed, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, I mean, it was like, go to B19, go to the need help desk. Just like this, go to the help desk, can't help you. And so he has another lady standing by the door, and I don't know what she was standing there for, but apparently she had been standing there for a long time. And he told her, oh, when these people don't show up, I'm going to drop their seats and get you a better seat. So she's looking like, I don't really care about the seat. You know, like, why couldn't I just board when I was supposed to board? And so she's standing there patiently. And then another lady comes up and she's like, my mom's a flight attendant. You closed the boarding door early, blah, blah, blah. I started cussing him out. I said, see, embarrassing. Embarrassing. How do you treat people like this? And for me, I'm standing there in full uniform. I'm not about to sit here and argue with you with these customers. I'm going to let them chew you alive. Because number one, I don't know nothing about your job. I don't. And whatever you're doing, you're going to get your ass handed to you. Number two, it looks bad. I'm not about to be yelling at a crew member, no matter who you are, especially in front of passengers. Now, what I will do, if we were standing there by ourselves, I would lean in and tell you some words. Politely, professionally, but you're going to feel the heat. Because, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I would have told him straight up, when I scanned my badge and something was wrong, and if he asked me if I was standby, if there weren't passengers behind me waiting to board too. So I did. We said, I was like, I'm about to wait. Must be something going on. I don't know. Child, we stood there for 5 minutes listening to him get cussed out. Then the captain shows up, which was probably everybody's saving grace, honestly, because he got rerouted to this flight from somewhere. So he had to run across the airport anyway. So we haven't had a captain this whole time. So we're going to be delayed anyway because they have to do their checks, right? Child, it was just a hot mess. A hot mess. He ended up giving the lady that paid for 16C, 16F. Did he refund her? Did he send her something? I don't know. Okay. He gave me 17B. Why? Like, I understand that y'all don't have to explain shit to us, but like, if I'm all the way in the back of the plane and I don't come up here and ask you, hey, can you move me for... No, just leave my seat alone. Like, what are you doing? Or if you did have to move seats, just tell me, like, hey, hold on, maintenance man calling. Yeah, he had to get my HelloFresh box trial because if I could have been home earlier, I would have just been able to pick up my box, but I didn't want it to sit there with food in the lobby. Okay, so anyway. So, you know, usually if your seat changes and they had something to do with it, it's, you know, they usually be like, oh, hey, we had to change your seat because we had a family or something like that. Like, just normal communication to people, you know what I mean? Like, and even if they don't, like, I don't know. I always look at my seat to make sure that I can sit, like, in the very, very back in the corner or, you know, up in the front, the window. I like the window because I like to lean over and go to bed. So he changed my seat. And at that point, I was done arguing. I was like, yo, you're so annoying. On top of that, I had food. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in the middle seat and eat my food. I got this big ass New York jacket on. You know, so I get on. So I was during the time he was getting cussed out by 3 different people. And then another guy showed up and started cussing him out too. Ooh, it was a lot. I said, see, and this is what you deserve. This is a day that you deserve. Because you're being rude and you're being nonchalant. You're just being an asshole for no reason. You have no customer service skills. You have no communication skills. You are just, ooh. So anyway, none of these people are standby passengers. They're paying patrons. And you're closing the boarding door early, and there were some people standing there. Why? I don't know. But standing there waiting to board, and he's like, main cabin 3. And maybe they were standing there to board because they were in a previous cabin. You don't know if they're coming from another flight that was delayed. You don't know what's going on. You didn't do final call. You didn't call the names and say, hey, we're about to release your seats, blah, blah, blah. None of that. You just said main cabin 3, and then you stopped. I was standing there the whole time. So I got on, 16F got on. She was pissed. I'd have been pissed too. What are you doing? Especially if I see that I have the seat in my app. It's right there. You haven't called my name to say anything else. You haven't called my name to see if I wanted another aisle seat. Nothing. You just switch people's seats and drop people's seats. And that lady was already on the plane. A mess. So I was, during the time he was getting cussed out. Yeah, that's where I was. I was messaging the crew, the working crew. Hey, he just closed the flight. I don't know what's going on. Just keeping y'all updated. There's a lot of angry people up here. So if people start coming down angry, you know why. You know what I'm saying? Communication. I'm not even technically working, you know what I'm saying, the actual flight. But I can still communicate. So I get down there and the flight leader, I look up their seniority numbers. All of them are new. They're all New York based. So I go down there. The flight leader was super nice. He's like, what the heck is happening up there? I was like, listen, that gate agent, he got something going on. I don't know what he was doing. That is so unheard of to not have a seat for a deadheader. The reservation was already made. It's already in the system. I have a seat anyway. So he was like, oh my God, that's so horrible. I heard, a little bit of it, blah, blah, blah. He was like, you need to write him up. Ooh. I don't like paperwork. Okay. I think in 3 years, I have written up one person. And that was because it was safety related. And she was a bitch. And she was harassing me. And guess where that was? West Palm Beach. So, and the whole crew wrote her up for various things. We almost got a DOT because of her. So, that's another story for another time. I don't write people up. If you're not endangering me in any way, I don't write people up. This is a very, very unique job. And I think that a lot of things can be resolved with a conversation. To be quite honest, I do not write people up. I don't take pride in that shit. It's just not something. And then number 3, I don't like paperwork. I think that was number 1. That's number 1 and number 3. I don't like paperwork. So, and on top of that, if I don't want to see you again, 9 times out of 10, I won't. I'll never have to work with you again, ever. Unless it's 8 days and I don't have a choice. Then I will just simply not talk to you. Unless it's work related. I don't see the needs to write people up. I feel like people write people up for their own ego. I don't know. Child. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And plus, like I said, I don't know his job. There could have been things going on that I had nothing to do with or nothing, I had no knowledge of. So how am I going to sit here and write someone up because I'm angry? I got on the flight. Yeah, he probably moved my seat because he's an asshole and put me in a middle seat. Yeah, but now if I wouldn't have gotten a seat, I would have called crew scheduling. Hey, this gate agent has bumped me off the flight for some reason. And even then, I'm still not writing him up, but I will let crew scheduling know because then it would look like I didn't make my flight, which is a write-up. It's an occurrence. So it was just a mess. It was a mess. So I got to my row and I had my food. And so I asked one of the other flight attendants, I said, hey, is there a seat in the back? I just want to eat my food, and they put me in a middle seat. So he looks at me and he's like, I'll check. Not the face. Child. Never got back to me. I'm pissed. The food is in the refrigerator. I still haven't finished it. Like, by that point, I was so pissed off. I wasn't even hungry anymore. That's how I know I'm pissed off. That's how I know. I'm so irritated. I don't even want to eat. Me? Come on. And some of the people did not even get on, child. He pushed them to the next flight as they were standing there. I was like, that is so shitty. That is so shitty. He gonna get his ass handed to him though. Like 4 people that probably didn't get on, and they were there. Like a mess. So enough about that, child. Ooh, that fly. Oh, you're not paying rent, sir. You're not bringing any groceries. You're not cleaning anything. Get the hell out of my house. I'm gonna get you. You don't worry, I'm gonna get you. So, what was I saying? I'm going to, there we go. I'm gonna fold out my clothes and water my plate. Oh, the soil. So, I have a little bit of soil left, and I need to start mixing it with my coffee grinds that I have. So what I usually do is take the rest of the coffee that I make, and I will add like a whole bunch of water to it, dilute it, and then give it to my plants. And they love it. Like, you can see them, like their leaves are like, instead of like, so they love it. So I need to repot some of them because they're done for, honestly. And then my aloe plant is like outgrowing its thing, which, you know, they just grow up so fast. I remember when Lo was like this big, and now she's like hanging over the pot. I need to do a video of me unboxing my sewing machine. It's been sitting there, and I've been waiting for the perfect day where I'm off and I don't have to worry about anything, and I just want to thread it, you know, learn and do some things, have some fun. So I don't know when I'm going to do that, but it's sitting there and I'm really excited. But I really want to just tidy up a little bit. Oh, I need to let me make a list, because I'm over here just talking like I'm going to remember all of this. Nope. Won't. Okay. I feel like Blue's Clues. Or Steve from Blue's Clues. Is it Steve? Joe? Who over there now? Because it ain't Steve. Laundry. Repot plants. Tidy up. Oh, deep condition my hair. Can y'all hear that airplane? When I got this apartment, I didn't realize that I would be hearing airplanes all the time. How am I supposed to be relaxed when I hear an airplane every 5 minutes? In New York, there's like these bottle machines where people take bottles and they recycle them and they get money back for them. So what I usually do is, I always have water bottles laying around. So what I usually do is put them separately in a separate recycle bag. Because what got me to start doing this is, when I first moved to New York, I saw like a lot of elderly people digging through trash and recycling bags and stuff for bottles. And I'm like, and they would have like shopping carts going down the street with bottles. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, homeless people too. But like, I think what really upset me was it was a lot of older people doing it. And I'm like, I don't like that. And I can't volunteer as much as I used to, just due to my schedule and how much I have to work to maintain my living quarters. So just like a little small thing I do, I just put all the bottles in a bag, in a recycle bag, and put it by my door. And when it gets full, I'll take it down to one of the machines, and whoever's at the machine, I'll just give it to them, you know, and they're usually like really happy or like kind of confused, because they're like, for me? And I'm like, yeah, like take it. You know what I mean? Like, that's less work you have to do, and there's just a shit ton of bottles in there. Like, I don't know. So I need to do that because that bag is full. And he's over there in the corner with like where a whole bunch of delicate stuff is. So I can't just go swinging my towel. But I'm gonna get his ass. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna have a very chill day. Probably gonna put on some background music and just clean. So I will catch y'all in a second. I would record me cleaning and do like a sped up version, but I have so much stuff on this phone right now. I don't even think there's space for that. So I'm gonna clean up and probably like move stuff around so then I can record some more. But at this point, child, I really might have to get a camera for real. Editing Jermaine, hi. No outro, no nothing. I don't know what, I don't know. I think it's because my phone space was full. So here I am editing. Hooray, girl. So here's the outro. It's at 52 minutes right now. So it's probably going to be a little bit longer with this outro. But yeah, that's all I got.